Professor Ewens, I have your letter requesting this appeal hearing. Do you have anything to add?
Only that, while I'm the supposed victim of Mr. Gallagher's violent outburst, I'm also his most passionate advocate. He earned his scholarship with the odds stacked against him, and he fought hard to keep it through the sort of culture shock you and I can't even really imagine. He's got the kind of mind we don't see every day, or even every decade. The kind of kid we always talk about wanting to educate, but seldom do. And it would be a terrible shame to let all that talent and intelligence go to waste over one incident.
In fairness, it wasn't one incident. Mr. Gallagher sat before this panel once before.
Yes, but in that instance, he was the victim, not the perpetrator. He was used and discarded by a professor more than twice his age, who is now in treatment for sex addiction. It was Dr. Runyon's behavior that, in my estimation, led to Mr. Gallagher's later transgressions.
With all due respect, Professor, one doesn't excuse the other.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Lindsay Chen, student representative. And in this world of open carry and daily lockdowns, I have to go on record saying that I don't feel safe with you on this campus.
I'd also like to state for the record that since his expulsion, Mr. Gallagher completed 30 days of inpatient rehab and has his issues with alcohol well in hand.
Thank you, Professor Ewens. Mr. Gallagher, can I assume that this is a character witness?
Yeah, it's my brother, Ian.
Would you like to make a statement?
Lip once walked about 8 miles trying to find a G.I. Joe I left on a train. I was 6. It was my favorite toy. My parents, they gave me shit about losing it. They said that they weren't gonna be able to find it. I was lost, but Lip somehow got a hold of the map of the L. He got on the phone, he started making calls. He found out where the train would be and when. Like, where it would be parked for the night. My parents wouldn't give him cash to take the train, so he took off on foot. He walked 80 city blocks down the Midway, talked the conductor into searching the trains, found my toy, walked 80 blocks back. He did all of that by himself. He figured that all out at 7 years old. I didn't even know what a map was. Lip is not supposed to be stuck in the ghetto.
Mr. Gallagher, if you would like to say anything on your own behalf, now is the time.
My father, he has kind of a brilliant mind. You know, and that's a pretty hard thing for me to admit because he's such a waste of space and all, but, you know, it's true. He could have been a college graduate, but instead he dropped out. He fucked up his kids, and he drinks and does drugs. That's his whole life. I want to be around people like Professor Ewens and Professor Runyon, even though she... It's minds like theirs. You know, these minds that are brilliant, you know, and they aren't wasted. I don't have any big ideas about what I want to do with my life, but this morning I was washing dishes at the diner where I work, and Professor Ewens called me, and I thought, I missed that. You know, I don't miss the kids who grew up so privileged they didn't even know what they had. But I miss being around people with minds like Professor Ewens. You know, and I think if I could get a couple more years of that, I'd have a real good shot at making some better choices than my father made. I don't blame anybody else for what I did, and I do regret it. But if you guys would have me back, I promise, you know, I'll do better. Thank you.
Is Professor Ewens...
Oh, he had a class.
Oh, all right. Mr. Gallagher, we have carefully weighed your testimony and the testimony of the witnesses that you brought.
Right.
We admire the efforts that you have made to get your drinking under control. And we agree with Professor Ewens that you have a bright future if you set your mind to it.
Yeah.
But under sections 3, 4, 5 of the non-academic bylaws, we stand by your expulsion, and we will not expunge the incident from your official transcript. A lot of students drink, many even to excess. But you can't attack people or property or interfere with the educational environment of your fellow students, all of which you did.